If I'm drifting, say that you will be there. Hope you listen, say your name as my prayer. In the deep end, head about to breathe air. If I'm drifting, say that you will be there. If I'm drifting, say that you will be there. Hope you listen, say your name as my prayer. In the deep end, head about to breathe air. If I'm drifting, say that you will be there. Say that you will be there. Hope you listen. Say your name as my prayer. In the deep end, head up to breathe air. I'm drifting. Say that you will be there. Say that you will be there. Say that you will be there. Say that you will be
Yo, y'all don't wanna know. Fuck around and see it, cause you know I'm gonna go. Yeah.
Web3 breakfast, serving size like Texas. I'm a beast, yeah, baby. You know I'm reckless. We stacking blue chips, my people by the dip. Matte Black Lambo coming soon. Don't forget, sign the check.
Web3 breakfast. Fuck a Lexus, push a Maserati, keep a diamond Jesus on my necklace. I'm living reckless. Fuck a job, cash the check, grab the bag, hit the fight, we on the next one. Wife changing money, just ask my honey. Got a diamond on my face, I can't help it, I'm new money.
Web3 breakfast, wake and bake, appreciate the checklist, moderate the stage, perplexing everything you say, and not to mention, I think I rug. Maybe I should shrug it off, go touch some grass, perhaps some plug.
Web3 breakfast,
Web3 breakfast.
Boom, GM family. It is Friday. We made it to the almost weekend. We got one day to get through, baby. One day. Now, if you're someone like Craig, who hasn't popped in here yet, it's 10 p.m. on Friday. So he did it. His Friday's done, He's in chill out mode. So when he pops in, I'm sure he'll be unwinding and chilling on a Friday night. For the most of us, though, it is Friday morning here in the U.S. 10 a.m. on the East Coast, the Beast Coast, where the mean shit happens, man. We doing it out here. You guys just waking up in California, but we've been up for a while here on the East Coast. I'll tell you what. What's up, Turbo? Muted. Give me 1 second. This stupid thing.
All these great things.
You're too kind. Too kind.
Oh, still.
I got you.
Oh, great.
I got you. Yeah, I can hear you now.
Oh, okay, fantastic. You said we'd all been up for a while. I said, you need to speak for yourself.
Yeah.
Because it was a scramble this morning.
I got your message.
But I'm here.
I got your message, man. I just woke up a little behind, man. Don't worry, we're ready to go. That doesn't matter. But yeah, you're living on that West Coast right now.
Man, I'm living on whatever the last coffee beans at the bottom of the barrel, baby. That's what we have. We hand crushing them right now, and it don't even matter. We riding this thing till the wheels fall off. So big week, man. We had a great week this week, Jay.
That's
a great week.
It was. We had
pizza party.
That's why we celebrate Fridays, man. We celebrate all the accomplishments throughout the week, right? Well, I know we had a bunch of brand new members come in. Some people for their first time speaking in spaces came up this week. So, we'd like to celebrate that. It's always a toast to our community here at Web3 Breakfast. We y'all are what makes the wheel go round. I think you just say something like that? Is that why I just said the wheel go round? Because that's not typically something I say.
Maybe. Speaking of things you'll usually say, what about we doing mean things over here on the Beast Coast? What mean things are we doing?
I mean, like in a positive way. It's just like like fat in a good way. Mean in a good way. Like we're hustling, we're grinding, we get up early, we stay up late, that kind of thing.
I got you.
Yeah.
Yo, Jay, did you see
White Guy Street Talk?
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, I'm with it. I was like, I just took it a little too little. There's Carrie. What's up, Carrie?
Yo, what up? We're lean, mean, and we like fine cuisine on the Beast Coast, yo.
That's what's up. Speaking of, Turbocito got that canvas print, man. That thing looks sick. Carrie, I'm really excited the way your shit's coming out, dude. Like, this is really cool. I like when you started adding in the color, man. Like, and don't fall victim to that mid-journey bullshit, dude. What you're doing is way cooler than that.
Okay, that's what I was wondering, because I'm like, do I need to get on this shit? Like, fuck, man.
Nope.
People are like grabbing my shit and like fucking it up, and like, it was weird. It was a weird feeling. At first, the guy didn't credit he didn't credit me at all, and I just found it on the internet, right, all fucked up, and I was like, yeah, and I posted to my friend Sandra, like, is this okay that he did this? And she's like, absolutely fucking not. I'm gonna burn Twitter to the fucking ground until this guy fucking. Like within 5 minutes, he had like DM'd me and like, sorry, bro, and like fixed the post. And so whatever. I don't care if somebody, as long as they give me credit, right, for the original. I don't care what they do to it.
Absolutely,
that's cool,
right? Because when you see people duplicate, it's like the copycat accounts. Like it's in some stupid ass way, it's a form of endearment, right? Because obviously, like they couldn't come out with their own art, so they decided to copy yours, or the people can't be a free thinker, so they copy your account, that kind of thing. Man, you got I like this. Turbo got 2 prints. He got a big one and a little one. Good for you.
I got one for free when I ordered the big one. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna double up. Because I love them, man. I didn't hear about this. I didn't hear about your Rembrandt situation where someone just came in and just stole your art, Carrie. What happened?
Wait, what? Where? Oh, yeah, no, it was online. The Rembrandt situation. We were. I just posted. I'm just scrolling through my Twitter feed, and a guy who just followed me earlier that day. I guess like I was speaking in a space, and they followed me, and then he posted like a piece of my artwork, and then in the other 3 blocks, it was like the AI art that he had done, and it just said like AI plus.
I posted it up in the nest, so you can put context to what we're talking about. The what you had posted in the Web3 Breakfast chat, the post from Sasha 1337. Yeah, so that's up in the nest. So you can see, the top left of the quadrant there. The top left corner is Carrie's original, as you know from his art. If you are in our DM group, and then you see those 3 mid-journey things. I'll tell you what, man, your shit's way better than that mid-journey stuff. Now those things are cool. I get it. Art is subjective, but let me tell you what, Carrie, keep doing what you're doing, and don't mind that, and just let these people get more exposure to you by doing stuff like that. But you keep going with what you're doing. That's my opinion.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I still get exposure through that, I guess, and it's kind of cool. I mean,
it's like
they're using like my,
it's like the
they're using the bare bones.
Yeah, they're using your bones. Well, I don't know if you want to say that they're using your bones.
I don't mind if they use my bones.
Wouldn't? Yeah, I guess not.
Somebody's got to use them, right, Carrie?
Yeah. So if we ain't gonna use them, let somebody use the bones.
Exactly. It's all love.
Yeah, for sure. I think it would look great on clothing too. Like this, I think that skull would look super dope on a t-shirt.
Oh yeah,
I think that'd be a really cool brand thing.
Black t-shirts, man. Black t-shirts with that white, with that white.
The white on black Gothic Picasso shit. I don't know why I started doing it, but I don't know. It's a vibe that I'm kind of rolling with, and people like it, so I'm just gonna keep on doing it. It gets bored.
So I don't know if you guys have noticed or if you guys saw, I think it was earlier this week, maybe it was Monday or Tuesday, I put out a post that I started building my I guess it's gonna be ours, right? Once we all have Oculuses, we can all get into the studio there in Ethereum Towers. But what's really cool is there's an like an NFT function to it where you can basically throw NFTs up on the wall as canvases, right? And so my idea was to put all those up, Carrie, in our studio. And anybody else that, and I'm probably going to end up getting another, probably a larger apartment, just so that we can put more stuff up on the wall, because I love the idea of being able to hang anybody in our community that has art, that is an artist. You know, we can display that up in our little lounge, and then hopefully do some.
Can you have music playing in there too?
I don't know yet. I think right now it's basically just kind of a testing ground. They just minted the second tower. Started minting the second tower yesterday, and I think it's kind of like a closed beta where I'm just kind of getting in there and getting a feel and building. There's a lot of the stuff is not a lot of the things that you want to put on tables and the accessories, like none of that's available quite yet. It was just literally walls, textures, floors, and then some furniture, and that's all I could do, and lighting, and that's really all I've done so far. And the NFTs, I put one of my lazy lions up there. So
that's dope, though. Still,
hell yeah, nice. I just see our homies at NFT Go popped in. Big week for them, rolling out the new phase with the subscription model for kind of some hot alpha that the platform will be putting out, and definitely excited to hear more about that and to share that with the community. I know that probably pretty soon here, man. That's like we'll start doing a lot deeper dives, especially once the markets start cooking. This is the time for everybody doing their research. But once the markets start cooking a little bit more, man, we're going to be taking deep dives and maybe have you on the show a little bit more and talk more about what's happening. But I definitely am excited about utilizing the new services that you guys are rolling out. So what's happening, man?
Oh, just making some coffee, waking up, coming into the ether. How you been?
Man, it's been a great week, busy week. Oh, I forgot to do this. And I'm kind of doing this for fun, but also because we've had the conversation. So I'm talking to my water now, by the way, because when you talk to your water, you're putting the vibrations in there. You're going to get on the right wavelengths, on the right planes. And so this is what I do every morning now on the show. I do it myself, but I do it on the show just to let you guys know that I am actually doing this, even though it is still kind of funny in my mind. I am doing it. So thanks, water, for being in this cup. I know that when we drink it, we're going to hydrate my soul and my body. So I appreciate you very much. I love you. And let's have a great day today.
as it slides down your throat.
Down the gullet, baby. So
I'm telling you, man, it sounds crazy, but it is. I mean, that is a real thing, right? And I also had this like kind of epiphany the other day when I was like thinking about it. You know that whole water into wine thing?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But like if your water was like, if you were like blessing it and talking good to it all the time and it made you feel like super happy and kind of like loopy, couldn't you turn water into wine like that?
Yeah. It'd be like honestly, like it wouldn't be pretty hard. It wouldn't be hard to turn water into wine, like especially like back in the day with no refrigeration or anything, man. You just got a cup with some water, and maybe a bunch of grapes happened to fall into it and just sat in the sun for a couple days and fermented and turned into something that got you really drunk.
I know, but the story goes they were at a wedding and he turned it into wine when they ran out of wine at the wedding. So you got to be able to do it instantly. Jesus.
I used to homebrew. Let me tell you what, guys, it takes a couple days for this fruit, and the yeast and the sugar and all that stuff to ferment and actually turn into alcohol. It does. It's like a scientific process. It takes a couple days. I don't know. Miracles are miracles. And who am I to doubt it?
Now I just see you in a lab coat with a pair of the big like science glasses on, and you have like a beaker. You're like putting drops in. You're like, we're making beer.
I actually do have beakers for that process. Yeah. Well, I used to get I had like this machine. I don't have the machine. I ended up selling the machine, but I still have the beaker. It was like a something to do with like the yeast spinner or whatever. It sits on like this magnet. You put this little magnetic pill in there, and then it like spins this pill, and it spins your mixture. And it was science, man. And I did it all barefoot. That Barefoot Brewing was the name of my brewing company. My home brewing thing.
Dude, that's dope. We should definitely what think about getting back into it, or is that a thing that's just gone? Like, where's that process at?
I would definitely get like when we have like the studio and stuff, we might as well. Because I do want to do a whiskey, and I think that would be a lot of fun. Is once we kind of have some of the more of the outlines of what Chain Labs is going to do, one of our retail arms, I definitely would love to white label a whiskey and do like a limited run of something like that. And so I would not be mad to. Well, I guess it would take too long. Never mind, because to distill it and have it ready, you would need a couple years. So we got to just buy a barrel. But we'll figure it out. But yeah, I'd totally get back into brewing, man, or like make cider or make wine, something. Hell yeah. KT, what's happening?
Hey, good morning. Good morning. I just had an idea about the whiskey.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you get a barrel, brew, whatever, that could be epic content because you could do the adventures of the turbo juice or whatever you want to call it and make up all these crazy Indiana Jones styles of where the flask of whiskey goes. That could be a lot of fun, making all kinds of crazy crap up. Just a thought.
I don't hate that.
No. I mean, can you imagine you got like whiskey going over down the Nile, and then you got whiskey up on a space station, and then you got whiskey going up Mount Everest, or whiskey saving the kids from the fire, all that kind of cool stuff.
That one, the last one is interesting, KT, because typically, especially with the higher proof stuff, which I assume we'd have because we're, that's we go bigger, we go home. That stuff does kind of become flammable. So whiskey saving people from fire it scares me.
Oh, I'm just talking about the flask. I'm the awesome person who's doing the cool stuff.
Got you.
Journeys of my whiskey or something like that.
There you go.
Yeah. I mean,
sounds like a country song.
Seven.
Sure
Can you go ahead and write that, please? We're gonna need a country song.
Yeah, I'm on it.
Thank you.
I feel so bad for Seven because I do that to him so regularly. Like I have like an idea, like Seven, I want a country rap song and I want it to be about this, and he'll be like, "All right," and I'll be like hyped about it for about 5 minutes, and he'll play along.
What country are there? Country rappers? Who would be a country rapper? I'm having just a mind blank here.
There's a bunch. You're gonna Google it. I don't know any of them off the top of my head, but I heard one yesterday.
Have you heard the Kevin Gates with the One Country Rapper track? Yeah, I'm gonna have to pull this up. It is a freaking banger.
Country rap. Anyway, let's get to I know we had a couple hands. I don't see any. Token Panda, NFT Go.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey, what's up, man?
Hey, just a comment before you get to some Old Town country rap. Was Turbo kind of hitting that like a deep comment this morning that made me think like, what if the wine, like talking to your water, would make you feel better than wine, like turning it into wine figuratively, like you make it so that it actually affects you positively and makes you feel better than wine. Maybe it was just a metaphor. That's all I have to say. What's up? Happy Friday.
No, I like that, right? Because like in some way, shapes, and forms, and as someone who has kind of run the gambit of drinking, not drinking, all that kind of stuff, I can tell you that like at this phase in my life, not drinking brings me more pleasure than drinking. Like I'm not even really like a fan of drinking. Like I will do it, I'll have a sip. Like I don't over drink anymore. It's just not part of the thing. And so there is something to be said about what you just said, where like if I could get my water to make me kind of like get onto like another plane where I feel amazing, that would like blow being drunk away, right? That would be so much better. You'd be productive, you'd be thinking clearly, you'd be able to like, high functioning at like, your utilization levels. Whereas, when you get drunk, you just can't do shit. So there's something to be said about it, man. I'm kind of on board with that. But I'm not going to feed my water. I'm not going to feed my water like Sheesh does. I still think that that's a little strange. And I want to know more about that.
So, Jay, there is a thing called being water drunk. I don't know if you've ever heard of it, but it's when I know it happens a lot on ultra marathoners and elite athletes, but it is possible to get drunk by drinking too much water. It has the same effect as alcohol. You just need an awful lot of it, especially if you're dehydrated. I've seen it once. I wouldn't have known the difference between somebody having too much water and a fifth of whiskey.
That's crazy.
It can happen. It's hard to do because you got to put your body in a funky state and then drink way too damn much water.
I like usually like if if I ever did like a crazy workout and then drank a bunch of water, I just puke. Like I wouldn't get drunk. I was just my body's like, nope. But
We're getting rid of this.
Yeah, we're getting rid of this right now. Juice, what's up, fam? How are you? Welcome to Web3 Breakfast.
No, I was just gonna say, I totally get water drunk all the time, bro, because you have to be at a state of dehydration, and your body's like at a point of like it's doing so much activity that it's heating up. And when you drink that water, that nice cold water, bro, and you drink a shitload of it, you start feeling really good, bro. Like your dopamine's high as shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, of course, you're gonna feel like if you're running a marathon, for example. You know what I'm saying? And you're like all dried up, like, you use all that your body could, give out. And you drink that water, man, that cold water, you drink a whole gallon of it or something, right then and there, you're going to get alcohol. I said alcohol. You're going to get water drunk or water tipsy, man. Like, trust me, I know. But then that's not the actual word for it, but that's what we're going to call it.
That's interesting.
I think it's called water toxicity.
It's that same, yeah, it's water toxicity, but it's that same feeling of like an adrenaline dump or a runner's high, right? A runner's high is you've been pushing your body and then all of a sudden you just stop, right? But you still have all this lactic acid pushing out to different parts of your body and it has to go somewhere. So your body tries to get rid of it all at once and it gives you like a really weird sensation. I mean, you get the dizzy spells. It's the same with an adrenaline dump, right? If you've been a fighter or a soldier, things like that, and your body needs a massive rush of adrenaline to perform whatever's performing, and then you stop, there's that sensation of you can't breathe. You got the spins, the blood's rushing, you got to sit down. And I mean, it's worse than being drunk.
Man, this is crazy. So I did a Google search for water drunk. And of the little thing where it kind of gives you an overview of it, what you guys said, it's basically you upset the electrolyte balance in your body. Too much water can decrease sodium in the blood to dangerously low levels, causing mid to life-threatening problems. And it is for high endurance activities. And then it says that a South Carolina boy was hospitalized after drinking too much water. He chugged 6 bottles in an hour and almost died. Got himself water drunk and put in the hospital. Man, I didn't even know that was a thing. Never heard of that. That's interesting. You guys are awesome. You're always teaching me shit. That's one thing that I love about our community is I don't know what you guys give me a thumbs up if if you listen to the show and most of the time when you listen there is something that we're learning and I feel like I learned something every single day. So I learned what water intoxication was today. Thank you. Appreciate you.
It happens a lot, bro. You ever been working out super hard and next thing you know, your skin's like salty or, your shirt dries up and it feels like crystallized. That's your body expelling the usage of all of those electrolytes, where there's sodium, potassium, several other ones. And so obviously the drinking water is good, but you have to replace those electrolytes you lost. And if you aren't, then you're just pumping straight water into the muscles and the heart and things like that. Remember, the heart's a muscle, but it hasn't rebalanced the electrolytes it lost yet. And it can lead to heat injuries too, right? It's actually called prickly heat, where all of those electrolytes you've expelled through your skin crystallize, and it feels like a bunch of knives stabbing you in your skin all at once. I mean, you'll just see someone going into a raging scream because, well, they got like a bunch of crystals stabbing their skin all at one time.
Damn, that does not sound fun. You know what? Now that we're talking about this, I think if I think back to like high school and college, like I'm sure that there were points during like training camp for football that some form of water drunkenness I had. That would make sense if you kind of think about some of these other symptoms. I guess that would especially like hot summer double sessions, man. I don't know if you guys played football, but that shit would beat you up.
I did soccer. It was brutal.
Yeah, I mean, well, Turbo's been a soldier as well, and a couple of others have been veterans. And if you've ever witnessed, a hot summer's basic training or some sort of school with a lot of intensity. I mean, I've seen guys literally just standing there at attention and just drop. And they dropped before they realized that they needed water or they needed electrolytes. I mean, they just hit the floor and you're screaming man down.
Dang. Let's get I don't know whose hand up was first.
Oh,
go ahead, Trevor.
Before we go to that, I actually have a great story about that. Upstate Michigan, we were doing training, and then they were doing like a parade like ceremony, and it was like a change of command. They had like the silver bayonets, and the dudes like they're all standing at attention with their bayonets sticking straight in the air, and the guy passes out and he like slices the guy in front of him.
Oh shit!
So when he hits the guy in front of him and cuts him with the thing, he like swings his shit and cuts the person next to him. And everyone just starts like cutting themselves. Like 80 people got stitches or something. No one died, but that shit was hilarious.
They thought it was like some kind of knife fight. Oh yeah, it's Friday, baby. Don't forget that I didn't forget about those tracks.
Why did it feel like Will Smith wrote that?
I feel like I was in a fable or something.
Willow
What
Smith
just
wrote that
happened?
Hey, Turbo, bring out Big X the Plug for Workout. That's a country song we can get behind.
You got it, baby.
Yeah, I guess so. So like, would Lil Nas X, like that song that he did, is that a country rap song?
Nah, bro. Nah. I don't know where we're at because I had like a few seconds there. My pig was going crazy, so I had to go see what the hell was going on. But I did get this Kevin Gates. I just loaded up just his part. I don't know if we're there yet. I don't want to play for the workout because I want to play Big X the Plug. But I want you to hear this Kevin Gates bars, though. It is so nasty.
All right.
Is this the time? Okay, cool.
No. Let's get.
Okay. All right. Damn, I didn't know. It's the delay. I was like, are you telling me to go?
Oh man, that's too funny. Let's get to some hands. How about after the workout break? We'll do that. I don't know, between was it Grateful? Were you next?
Yeah, Grateful.
I don't know. But I'll go.
Good. Go. GM fam.
Go. Yeah, GM, happy Pizza Friday. Yeah, man, I played football. I started playing football in like first grade through like sophomore year, and I've definitely had, I don't know if I've ever been like water drunk or whatever, but I've definitely had times where I've like chugged so much water that it's like ridiculous, and then you feel sick and like you got the itis, like you're just like, oh shit, I drank way too much water. But there's a thing called the gallon challenge, and I would not advise anybody to do that. It's basically like trying to chug a whole gallon of water in a certain amount of time. But there have been a lot of people who have actually died from it because essentially you just drown yourself. Because you're just drinking so much water at once, and yeah, you can literally drown yourself inside. But I'm glad you played the pizza song, because I was going to throw this out there. So I know you're not a ranch guy on your pizza, Jay Chains.
Darn right.
Everybody, you love ranch.
Darn right.
A question. I got something crazy here. So a question for both you guys. Do you like pickles?
Are you going to talk about these new pizzas, the pictures that I've been seeing where people are putting pickles on pizza?
I don't know where that's going, but pickles do not belong.
I don't want to. Okay, so do you like pickles?
I like in only certain applications, right? Like I will have a pickle maybe with a sandwich. I cannot eat fried pickled spears. I can only have fried pickled chips. I most of the time don't like a pickle spear anyway. That's just too much pickle, but a chip is fine in small quantities. I would never drink a pickleback with a whiskey shot. That's disgusting. I know a lot of people like it. It like neutralizes the whiskey. No, I'm very finicky about my pickle consumption.
Interesting. Okay, so okay, both you guys are the same on that.
Love
all right.
pickles.
Well,
yeah, but seven loves pickles.
I love pickles too, bro. Like I will literally just make a straight up pickle sandwich that's just like mayo, mustard, and like all pickles. And it sounds gross, but
oh no, it's not. It's not gross. It's exactly how it's supposed to be. Don't worry about that.
It's so good.
Because
for sure.
Just remind me, and my wife's here listening, so I am gonna have to embarrass her about a pickle story. But you finish yours, Grateful, and then I've got to finish. I gotta tell the pickle story about my wife.
Okay, yeah, sounds good. So this place that I go to has they make like a lot of crazy pizzas, and I don't even know how to refer to it. It's almost just like they make a bunch of fucking stoner pizzas. And they're all kind of crazy, but they're all good. They have like a crab rangoon pizza that's like it's like crab rangoon shit underneath the cheese instead of like sauce, and then they put like sweet and sour sauce all over it and crushed like crab rangoon chips like all over the top.
Grateful. We might have to mute you. Oh goodness gracious!
This sounds like you know what Jay Change, the commander of Delta Company, and this sounds like a private is trying to convince the leadership of things that only privates do, not the leadership. I don't know, man. That's too wild for Delta Company.
Dude, some hot cream cheese on a pizza is making my stomach hurt.
The douche like bag of meter was getting so orange. Like Jay was like, he was like hovering over the boot. He was hovering over it. He was like, I'm gonna do it, guys.
He had the shield up. He was like,
you'll learn on YouTube watching these guys.
Who visualized somebody visualize this. You know how somebody's telling you a story, you visualize it, and it makes you want to puke.
I feel bad for Grateful because he's like, I didn't even invent this shit.
I was very cautious about it, but it was actually pretty damn good. I got sick of it like pretty quick, but at first it was good. But the actual pizza, I didn't know if you guys would try this. I was hoping kind of like that Jay Chains would love pickles and Turbo wouldn't, because I wanted to know if either of you guys would try it. But it's just like regular cheese, everything, but it's got pickle chips all over it, and then it's got bacon all over it, and then they do ranch all over the whole top.
Oh,
how does that sound?
Yes.
Hey, here's the deal. Here's the deal.
I'll try it.
It sounds horrible, absolutely horrible, but the next time we're all together, we are going to make this pizza happen. We're going to make our own pizza. We're going to make this happen. We're going to film it, and then we're going to put it up on the tubes and on Twitter for everybody to watch. We will do this. I will try it. It sounds freaking gross, like really gross. I know we got a couple hands. Let's get to our workout break because it is 10:32, and we got to have those healthy minds, healthy bodies, healthy portfolios, and we got to keep ourselves, accountable. So with that being said. I know we got our first track lined up. I'm gonna grab the dumbbells. I'm just gonna do a typical arm workout for me. What you got going on, Turbo?
I'm gonna be doing push-ups because it appears that my kettlebell is now missing. So I'm gonna be doing push-ups, and I'm just stalling as I pull up the track here. Cause damn, bro, that 30 minutes went so fast. What the hell? All right, here we go. Is that time? The kids definitely stole it. Can you hear that?
The kitten stole it. The little baby kitten.
Oh, he didn't want me working out. Let's go to get to it, guys. It's that workout time.
Hey, bitch, I'm from Texas, where we should ride swingers and put dollars in our necks. Oh, drink inside my lemonade till it look like a bitch. See, I come from the D where we got tags and we be flexing. If you ain't from my state, then you should know don't fuck with this. Hey, we always try, we keep our weapons. My mama from the A, she slowed it down for me at 7. Used to think Pepsi was a guy before he went to heaven. I knew what Pusha P was before Gunna even said it. Hey, C0 taught me keep my weapon and never touch a nigga or a bitch cause it's expected. No killers from the country, they ride horses and throw sellers. Got niggas in ATVs from Mac 11. Yep. First off,
let them go all the way down. Take them all the way down. Let the muscles get all the way long. And bring them all the way up. There you go. That's it. Nice job. Let's go.
Cause you know everybody around this bitch got guns. Nigga. Hey, see y'all from Texas. We got Beyonce, Taylor Truth, and we can't forget Devin. Big shout out to them boys, and I can't forget back from Texas. I've been feeling like Luca, how about that shit a blessing? Number one rule in Texas, keep it solid, ain't no telling. Hey, and always keep your fucking weapon. A nigga try me other guys, we got no choice to stretch him. If he survive these shots at first bet, he die on that stretch. These diamonds, I got water, might just go Johnny my next one. Hey.
Here's that verse, Jay.
Coffee in the razor, I've been mudsliding wide body kitty cat now with the mud tires lift with the light strip automatic wrench. I got camels and alpacas eating hay behind a fence. Ghost more than 10 exotic egg laying hen. Exotic bullets, fluffy Frenches, add a little look like twins. I can get you what you want, just tell me what you trying to spend. Got a blueberry farm by the crate, by the box. If I feel like going fishing, then my lake fully stocked. Private chef, I just ate, I don't play, I go hard. Got a helicopter pad that I use as a garage. I don't discriminate. Hell, I'm a little bit red.
Yeah, man. How about that, huh?
Like that.
Old KG out there doing his thing. I mean, but he's been on some different stuff. He did the whole he was in a dress for one of his photo shoots and stuff. He had a purse and he was in a long skirt, and that was confusing.
To each their own, I suppose.
I'm just saying, in the hood, I'm just, I'm just not ready.
That's probably not I don't know. I wouldn't do it.
But yeah, I love that verse. I definitely love that verse. And we got some hands. Bro, I can still do 42 push-ups unbroken. That's the PT standard for the Army. I'm like, as long as I can maintain that, just in case. For the great robot war.
I hear there's going to be they're bringing some I don't know. I heard something they're getting ready
it's CrossFit now. It's not the push-up, sit-ups, and the 2-mile run anymore. It's a sprint, drag, carry, a different type of push-up, deadlift, a pull-up. If you can't do the pull-up, you got to do a plank. I think a 2-minute plank, and then you do a 2-mile run.
How many pull-ups do you have to do?
You only have to do one to pass, but it's not a regular pull-up. It's basically where you have to pull your knees and feet up to the bar.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say one pull-up. Jeez, man. Jeez.
Got the best Army in the world. I smoke everybody in pull-ups one at a time.
I could do two. Token? I was in the top 1% of my class. Token, what's up, fam?
Hey man, what was the main reason that got you guys doing this water thing? Was it an article you saw, something you read, or did it have anything to do with that frozen water study? I'm sure you.
We heard about it.
Yeah, it was the Japanese water study. I forget. I can't even say the guy's name. I'm not even gonna try. But if you go and you type in, if you go on Google and you type in Japanese water experiment, you can see, and it goes through it does rock and roll music, and it does Beethoven music. It does, all kinds of different things. That's on there. And then if you're interested in that one too, check out the rice one as well. There's one where they put just words on rice, and they say nice things to one rice, and they said ugly things to the other rice. And the one they said nice things to, it basically stayed pretty good for the whole time. But the one they said negative stuff turned black and molded and stuff. It was crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one water. Oh, go ahead, man.
I was gonna say, with the a lot of it came out of our conspiracy theory week, where we talked a lot about the frequencies and grounding and getting onto the different wavelengths and stuff, and it all just morphed into all of this. And now the talking to the water thing, if it's beneficial, it doesn't cost anything, right? It doesn't cost anything, but maybe a little bit of your time to try it out and just to see what it does. So.
Right. So I just going to highlight something there, because that's kind of like homeopathic remedies or medicine. The one that got me really bought and sold into it was kind of like the black rice thing, where they did a talking to the water, but then they froze the water, and then they looked at the water frozen under a microscope. Mm-hmm. And the one that you talked nice shit too had these beautiful crystals and symmetrical ice snowflakes inside the ice and stuff, and the negative one was all like not pretty or whatever. And then that's what like homeopathy is like, if you have the like if you get bit by poison ivy, the solution to your problem with poison ivy is like the frequency of poison ivy. So they used to take drops of poison ivy tinctures and they would succuss it or shake it in like 100 gallons of water. And then he would take one drop out and then put it in another 100 gallons of water and succuss it and create this tincture. And so by the time you were done, it was all water, but the frequency was different. And so the frequency of the poison ivy was what you needed to get better. And the more you succussed it, the stronger the frequency. But yeah,
that's crazy, man. There's so many fascinating studies, things that I've never heard of that. I mean, I feel like, again, unless you have your eye open to this stuff or you understand, like, it doesn't come across your radar. Like, I've never heard any of this stuff in my life until we started talking, kind of about more of these broader topics, right? And now I'm starting to understand that there's a lot of shit to this, a lot of things that have just been like locked away, in secrets. And again, it's up to you to figure this stuff out and find it. But a lot of it, when you go back, I watched something. Did anybody else see the video yesterday? And this is kind of along that same lines of the guy who had like throat and he said like esophagus cancer, and then by changing his vibrations with, I think it was with water or with his food, whatever, and he was able to beat it. It's like the only guy that ever beat like this double cancer or whatever. Did anybody else see that video? I think it's in like the last couple days. Or is it just me because now I'm like half crypto Twitter, half conspiracy Twitter?
Yeah, you're you're a creepy now. That's a crypto hippie.
I haven't seen that video, but no, I definitely understand the vibrations, especially when it comes to the muscles of the body. The muscles are purely almost protein and water and amino acids, but also it's we speak of mindful wellness. It's our energies as well, right? What we call them, our chis, our chakras, things of that nature. I've frequently heard people say, "Oh, don't let people pull your energy down," or things like that. Well, I mean, it's actually a true thing. You can pull someone's energies down, their vibrations, their wavelengths, and it can affect their mindful wellness, right? Just as well as you can pull them up. And so on a meditation level, this is something that is taught in some ancient martial arts. It's something that is taught in the medicinal field as well. And so it's almost like the body having that placebo effect, but the placebo effect actually starts to change things in the mind and in the body, right? The body will push a lot farther than people think it will. But if their mind is caught in down energy, then the body starts doing what the mind has told it to do.
That's interesting. We'll go KT and then I have to go.
Yeah, a couple of things from before the workout break. You were talking about country rappers. Don't forget Kid Rock, country rapper.
No.
Also,
nope.
According to what they say. Anyway, okay, I'll take that one. That's fine. But Old Town Road, we're talking Old Town Road. Trent Reznor from 9 Inch Nails actually won a country music award for that song because that guitar pick is from one of his tracks that he did. So I don't know if that, and also pickle stuff. If anybody wants a crazy 70s claymation thing, Arlo Guthrie, look up the pickle song. Arlo Guthrie did a video back in the 70s, I think, maybe even the 60s. It's crazy. It's all claymation like the raisins, like the California raisins, but it's kind of cool. And he shows it live when he does his shows. So a little bit of something for everybody.
Look, I know NFB Ghost is trying to go, but I figure when with that whole pickle thing and whatever the crab rangoon pizza and all of that, since it's Pizza Friday, it's almost like you have to dramatically say no, right? It's got to be something dramatic to shut someone down from a gross pizza or something with pickles. Remember that episode of Vikings where Ivar the Boneless, he walks over the top of the priest and grabs his cross and he's like, no. I could just imagine Jay Chains like holding a slice of that gross pizza and just screaming something like that at the dude that came up with the idea.
I don't know if I've seen that episode. Really quick before we get to NFT Go, I did just post up into the nest. This is the extent of the this is literally the weirdest video that I have ever come across on YouTube, excuse me, Pickle Surprise. So if you've never seen that and you don't know what it is, you should definitely give it a watch. It is so strange, just absolutely strange. If you're on drugs, it'll be even better. What's up, NFT Go?
Ooh.
Yeah. Well, I was just talking about the power of the mind. So I think it's really fun to mix like theology and science and things like that. To me, it's very fascinating because I've been really interested in, like, I've read the Bhagavad Gita and studied Buddhism and Christianity and all that stuff. When it comes to what Final Frontier was mentioning, so there's the placebo effect and there's also the nocebo effect, which is the opposite of the placebo effect. And both of these, so the nocebo effect, there's like been documented cases where people get falsely diagnosed with cancer, but still die. And then during the autopsy, they find out that they were perfectly healthy. And the placebo effect on the same wave is just, these are both examples of how incredibly powerful our mind really is. And I think it's the same thing when it comes to a lot of these quote unquote pseudosciences that work really well for certain people. And I kind of believe that whether it's Christianity or some pseudoscience or whatever, Buddhism, if you really on the deep core of yourself and your body and your mind really believe in something, your mind will have an incredible effect on you and can do some amazing things and can absolutely heal you in certain cases and cause you significant amounts of pain and damage in certain cases. So it's really important to not underestimate how powerful your mind is and how important it is to keep basically a positive outlook on yourself, not talk shit on yourself, be kind to yourself in your own mind. And if you I'm not saying to not feel your negative emotions. It's important to feel every emotion. They're there for a reason to keep you sane. But there's a certain point where it's not serving you to be sad or to be angry, or especially to be sad with yourself, because it makes it more difficult for you to accomplish tasks. So just by maintaining a basic happy outlook within yourself and on life, it makes your life so much easier. It makes you feel better. It makes it easier to be efficient and to accomplish goals. And so that's basically what I wanted to touch on that, is just how incredibly powerful the mind actually is. And it really makes a big effect in your life.
Good. I'm all for that. And I've always been, so I was raised as a and I don't really want, I don't think we need to take this to like a religious conversation or whatever, but I was raised as a Roman Catholic, right? And I wouldn't say that I'm a practicing Catholic anymore, but I'm very spiritual. And so I've kind of like understood like that whole kind of realm for many, many years. And I totally subscribe to it, right? I think, that is the right mind frame for someone like me, right? Everybody, and a lot of things that I say are always my opinion, right? Like, and that's a to each their own kind of thing. And so, I really appreciate that. And I know that, within the last couple months or so, I've definitely found myself getting connected with people in the space that are all about the same thing, finding that, finding the wavelength, finding the right frequency to be on, what kind of, mental healing can we do? And I think, first off, in this one, I try to unpack it, right? Like coming from traditionally the crypto ecosystem, where there was a little bit more, I would say, tendency for the communities to go foul, right? Whereas in now, in this NFT ecosystem, it's a lot more people who get along. There's a lot more collaboration happening. And so, we're all experiencing this Web3, air quotes, Web3 bear run, build market, however you describe it. We like to call it the build market here. Together. So, and there's a lot of people who are experiencing this, really extended build market for the first time. And so we've noticed that, mental health on a broad spectrum has declined. We've seen it. We have seen from the top down some crazy things happen in our ecosystem. And make no mistake, that is literally what happens in the bear markets. And typically, it's always gotten very salty, and people, they fight for no reason. We've seen that now with the people calling each other out, wanting to do the boxing matches. We've done meme meme coin season. We've seen this little hop happen here after XRP won. Apparently, now you're hearing conflicting things coming from the SEC saying, wait a second, it didn't mean that they win. So, I think a lot of people have to digest exactly what was said in that case and in that, kind of whole thing. But, knowing that XRP probably did, beat this whole thing and kind of set precedent for our entire ecosystem, this could be what we needed, not only as an ecosystem, but mentally, because we all know in the bull run, everybody is happy. It's euphoria, right? And so, hopefully, with that being said, going back to what I was talking about, it has been just absolutely a treat to get to know so many people in this ecosystem that have literally everybody's mind and mental wellness in kind of in their priority, because we all see how damaging it could be. So I appreciate everybody being here, everybody talking about this kind of stuff. I know this is not like, oh, it's fucking exciting, like XRP to the moon, all that stuff. Like, no, I think there's more important things that we can be talking about, like this, like our mental health. And so appreciate y'all being here for this today.
For sure, man. Mental health to the moon, man. Like it's I'll tell you, that's the greatest. Like that's the secret, bro. Is meeting people. I did have to take a little segue though. What up, K Lou? This is the homie right here. I had sent her a message, asked her if she wanted to go to the Beyonce concert there in Louisville, but she never messaged back. I hope that's what she was coming to check in about.
I'm going to Beyonce.
But we'll see. Oh, you already got tickets?
Yeah. You like some months late. Nigga, I hopped on it with the pre-sales. We're not playing around with Beyonce.
Yeah,
I guess so.
Oh, go ahead, Turbo.
Go ahead, Matter.
Oh no, J Chain's. You really spoke on some important things and tied that into what NFT Go was saying, and it's also some may call it the lizard brain or the reptilian brain, but it's also almost like a self-induced psychosis, right? When I hear someone call themselves crazy, I'm crazy, I know it. You have to put that positive vibration back into them, because at that moment, their mind is seeking validation that it's crazy, right? And if it's validated, then it's seriously like a self-diagnosis or self-induced psychosis, to where their brain starts to purposely put itself in a chemical imbalanced state to believe that it's crazy, right? Where, people who were completely normal and they knew they saw something paranormal, but because everyone around them kept telling them they were crazy, and they started to validate in their own mind that they were crazy. These are things that actually happen. It's like being able to swim. If your mind tells your body, I'm going to drown, I can't make it, your body's response is to come up for air, even though it could have made it. So we have to be careful what we tell ourselves, but also what we tell other people, because you never know when someone's mind is at that breaking point and it's subliminally seeking that validation of the state it's already in. And so you have to, breathe that positive light, positive vibrations, not to just into yourself, but into other people.
I like that, man. I feel you there. KT, what you got for us?
For the tinfoil hat wearers in the crowd, questioning the meditation physical effects of it, Harvard is actively doing research studies on how this is scientifically proven. So just if everybody wants to research that, just Google Harvard meditation studies. There's a bunch of stuff that they're looking at right now. It's very cool, and it's validating all the stuff that we're talking about. It's very awesome stuff.
Oh, Turbo. He hit me up we got our own little, that's one of the cool things about being the host and the co-host. We got our own little chat group going. So we were talking about something, and that reminds me. Let's see. Oh, Turbo, while I search for something, I've got to do something. But you are absolutely right. It is Friday, and we're going to do this before the next workout. So let's bring Beastkey up.
Okay.
And give me
perfect.
Yes.
Yeah, I was so worried when you're like, well, Turbo actually just made a great point in the private chat. I was like, oh my God, what did I just say in there? I'm like reading back to the chat, like, oh no, because sometimes that happens. But I used to do a lot of mental health spaces. That was kind of I did music and mental health. When we first got started into the crypto space, and when the build really hit out the gate, man, we shut it down just because it became like an echo chamber. It was just people like that were just coming in like, I'm sad about everything. It was just like, I'm sad about this, I'm sad about that. And so the culture just really went bad. But I actually had a conversation with the High Monks, Juan, he's the artist over there. And so we're talking about doing a space together here starting pretty soon where we do some mental health stuff and smoke a little bit of the weed skis and have a good time. But speaking of weed skis, there's B Ski. What's up, family?
Dude, I love being associated with weed. That's awesome. Thank you.
Weed ski.
Exactly. There's this book, I think everyone knows it, but How to Win Friends and Influence People. Have you guys read that sucker?
Yes.
Changed my life.
Yeah, highly recommend it. But I think a lot of people misinterpret some of the shit in that book. Like it tells you have to really listen to people. You can't just like pretend like you're listening to someone and have it work. But there's this one guy in my office who clearly, like my boss makes everyone read that book, and he read it and like tried to put the lessons to work, but he really doesn't think deep enough to get through to the actual lessons. And one of the lessons in the book is if you're having a bad day, hum yourself a happy tune and put yourself in that positive place. Like physically make yourself feel that positive energy. And it's totally true, except homeboy, you can tell how bad a day he's having by how he hums. Because sometimes he'll be having a bad one. He'll be walking around the office like, and it's like so fucking funny. It's like, dude, having a rough one, trying to hum yourself out of it, you might want to pick a happier hum.
That's a humdinger.
Oh boy.
I tried. I think it's. I want to ask you where you work so bad, but I don't want to put you on that kind of spot. So I won't ask you because I just want to know like where this place is where everyone's just walking around humming and stuff. Like,
yeah, I need the setting, and even if it's not where you work, we just need the setting. Is it like cubicles? Is it like a whole like office situation where people are just humming past each other like buzzing bees? We need to know, Beastie.
No, it's definitely a cubicle situation. My cubicle is chaos. I'll show you guys sometimes. People walk by and they're like, Jesus fucking Christ, why is there so much shit in there? But I literally need stimulation everywhere I look or I'll get super bored. So it's plastered with shit. Everyone else's cubicle, super plain gray walls. My cubicle, drawings, art everywhere, total chaos. Only he hums.
And look, I know KT.
Oh, taking a playbook from Turbo. What time is it, folks? It's Friday. You know we'd like to have fun on Fridays. So what does that mean? We're going to play a little porn or pastry. This is where everybody on stage gets an opportunity to tell us, is this item porn or a pastry? Turbo, I'm going to go first with you. I'm going to go down the line that I see this order. Today's choice, now remember, is this a porn or a pastry, is called Toad in the Hole. Turbo, is Toad in the Hole a porn or a pastry?
I'm going porn on that one. I'm trying to get some Toad in the Hole.
Okay. NFTgo.io. Toad in the Hole. Is that porn or pastry?
I'm going pastry.
Okay. Ardo.
Pastry.
KT.
Toad in the Hole. It's a classic St. Louis donut. They got it filmed up with this beautiful.
You're just supposed to say porn or pastry.
Thing. Pastry all day.
7.
It's a pastry, Jesus.
Beasky.
I'm so happy I got on stage for this part. I'm going with pastry, but chode in a hole.
Now that would probably have a whole way different meaning.
That's where I was confused.
Carrie, porn or pastry?
Well, KT already ruined it. I mean, it's clearly a pastry, but I'd watch a movie called Toad in the Hole. I knew.
K-Lou.
Maybe that could be like a Mario spin-off.
Yeah.
You know?
I love that some Mario cosplay. K-Lou, porn or pastry? Toad in the Hole.
I believe it to be a pastry. I'm concerned that Toad in the Hole would require a lot of bumps around the butt.
All right, to all my folks that said pastry, you are absolutely right. Toad in the Hole or sausage toad is a traditional English dish consisting of sausage and Yorkshire pudding batter, usually served with onion gravy and vegetables. That is a Toad in the Hole.
I would love to know the actors that would be in the Toad in the Hole porno. I would love to know their names.
That's just gross. That's just gross. Look, what I was gonna say is, if you haven't ever watched the videos that Turbo has put out on TikTok, it says something about a person who has a lot of conviction in himself, but also the being able to spread to other people, right? A lot of people do look up to a figure for positive energy, for motivation, for to have that spark of perseverance. And when you look at a lot of the greats, Mike Tyson, Muhammad Ali, Michael Jordan, Sugar, not Sugar Ray Leonard, but Sugar Ray Robinson and several others, right? The one thing they all had in common is they had so much conviction in themselves that they had even convinced other people that they couldn't be beat. It's one thing to believe that, you're the greatest and you can't be beat. But once you can get in the mind of others and convince them that you cannot be beat, it has a whole different effect. It's called mental warfare. It's something that everyone should look up. You can have a war against your own mind as much as you can have mental warfare with others.
Thinking about pizza before we do our next workout. Everybody, we gotta. That's not loaded up. Ooh. That's one of the funniest scenes from Zoolander when they have the free gasoline accident. How could you just be that dumb to shoot gasoline?
Dude, the idiocracy that they put into that movie was so good, but the outtakes of that movie are unfucking real, man. Like they are so good to like. That's a whole movie in itself, honestly.
I don't
Am
doubt
I
that.
the only one who had to watch it like 3 times before I realized how fucking genius it was?
It's so good. That's so. I think in our home, I don't want to say it's our safe word, but Zoolander is definitely our favorite movie, and we haven't seen it now.
That's your safe word.
I've never seen Zoolander.
What? I can't stand when you do this, Turbo.
Not
Stop
that
it.
movie,
Just
man.
keep that to yourself. Keep that to yourself.
I know. I was talking to Sapphire last night, and she was making a movie reference. And I was like, you not heard Jay and Seven? Like that's like they get so mad. I've never seen any movies, and she said I didn't know that. But hey, you know what? A movie that we do need to get to is called Getting Ripped with Jay Chains and Turbo Made It here at the Web3 Breakfast because it is time for our workout. I'm actually ready for that one.
Way to change the subject.
Well, thank you, Seven. And I did find my kettlebell. It was right next to me. Oh, definitely pastry. This track right here, this is by the homie K. Lou. We're going to get to the workout. You guys definitely check her out. She's over on the SoundCloud. Hit her in the link tree. Let's get to this midnight snack.
Yeah. Spend the evening with a boss, Steve. Here for one night, then I'm leaving. Looked into my eyes, she tell me trick. Grab me by my hand, let me to my dreams. Met you in GIA, you visit from DC. Got them out NBA, I summon DMV. Loving my conversation, your words inspire me. Might have to slide on you, it's the way that you can reach it. Desire temptations, it's kind of my array. It's a cohesive nature, infused our chemistry. You
Let's go, get a workout in. Get them reps, let's go.
If you bounce about it, there's no limit to this pleasure. Give me something that ever lasts. Like if we ever had to kiss the cross paths, would you do it again?
30 seconds, guys. 5 reps.
I'm down to do it again. You gon' do it again. I do what I do. I give it all I have. I move with the groove. Get high and never tap. Would you do it again? Would you do it again?
Hey, rocking with our homie K. Lou here. Let's go and bring it on in 3, 2, and welcome back.
Yo, K. Lou, that was a banger.
I like that little bop.
Hell yeah, that was awesome.
That was a good track. Who made that?
Hell yeah.
It's this artist from Louisville, super talented, got a super dope TikTok. She'll be doing all these dope dance moves and stuff. Her name's K. Lou.
Why I'm gonna have to follow her for sure. That
Yeah,
was a good box.
you got my follow. Hell yeah, that was dope.
Appreciate that. Definitely run that up. Definitely run up the EP. It's some good workout. I say I create music that's good for like instead of working out because I know it might be some meatheads in here that be like, ugh, you know what I'm saying? But more of like a 1-2 step. I give like a little bit more of a 1-2 step with my music type shit.
You
So
get
I
like
was
in a
over here
flow.
I was over here winding my hits while that was playing. Hope y'all was doing the same.
So I shouldn't be eating raw meat, pumping 400 pounds.
Yeah.
You're rugging, sheesh. But I'm glad you showed up because we were just talking a little bit ago. I'm still talking to my water, but I said I'm still not into feeding it yet, like you did. But I'm talking to it. We'll see how it does. I mean,
That's where
do I feel
that's
more?
where it all begins.
Do I
First starts.
do I sound more positive than I did maybe last week? I don't know. Am I more positive because I'm talking to my water? I don't know. I feel good, but I always feel good.
You seem more aggressively happy. Like your love aggression has gone up. Like it just comes in hard. I'm like, I'll be confused and shit. I'm like, dang, I hope Wit's doing all right. Like, I love you, babe.
I fucking love everyone.
Like he's using the back of his throat when he talks now. It's weird as hell.
Just love rage.
It's love rage. Oh my god, so many porns coming out of this one today.
Ooh, yeah.
I'm gonna go with porn on that one.
Yep, 100%.
I'm definitely going pastry. It's got to be a pastry, right?
You mean?
Oh, that would be an amazing pastry, though. The love rage.
What is it? Is it like an eclair?
Brownies. It's a brownie. It's a brownie. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, like a filled brownie
No,
or something.
no, I'm muted.
Oh my goodness.
What the hell is going on with my phone is backwards now. Like, so whenever I mute, it turns the mic on, and when I hit the mic, it turns the mute off. I don't know what's going on. Slutty brownies. Have you ever messed with the slutty brownies?
A slutty
Here's how you
brownie?
do it.
I've made them.
Take a pan.
Made them, son.
Take a pan. Layer the bottom with Oreos. Okay. Make brownie mix and cookie mix and pour it on top like chocolate chip cookie batter. Put it all over the top, then pour the brownie batter all over that. Put it in the oven, bake it up, cut them into squares. Slutty brownies. You're welcome.
Okay, how long are you staying on the toilet after all of that? A lot.
No, Lou, it's not really the toilet you have to be worried about. It's losing your toes to diabetes.
It's not even that. It's not being able to function because your blood is literally sugar after eating one.
Well, I mean, you just
but they're so good.
Now, what if you threw a little infused oil into the mix? You had a little fun with those brownies.
Oh, then you're like slutty and you're high. Oh
Yeah,
no! See,
that's what I'm talking about.
That's what I call faded
porn.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you could make the argue that slutty brownies it could be a porn as well.
Oh my god!
Under the ebony category?
No. Well, I mean, yes, you could.
Yeah,
you could. That's not what I was
yeah.
thinking. That's not what I was thinking. I mean, you guys can use your own minds, but no. Man, we got a rule here. That's in the bylaws.
Were you talking? So you're talking backdoor, bro?
Sir? Yes, sir.
Okay.
I'm crying.
Stop it, Turbo.
It's Friday. We
Oh,
always.
you be quiet.
This is going to be one of those shows like my mom sometimes catches them, on the replay, and there'll be days where I'll just say, "Hey, Ma, did you watch the show?" She goes, "Nah." I'll be like, "Don't bother today, please, Mom. If you're watching, just turn it off."
He's just sweeping it under the rug
Cut it
before
off.
she even gets it. He's like, "No, Mom, you don't want to get past like 35 minutes. You need to stop."
Yeah. Just get through the two workouts. After the two workouts, shut it off.
Oh goodness. Oh my.
Bless that woman's soul.
Yeah, no doubt, man. But shout out to all the mamas, man, and all the women out there putting up with those crazy ass men, man. Y'all doing the most. Thank you. You know what I'm saying, for what y'all do, because we are just out of control.
I think, what would be fun to do is a series, and I don't know how we get this accomplished, but I have talked about it with a couple people over the last year or so, is to do a series, right? And it's almost like the Housewives of Web3, where it's let's interview, you know, and I say housewives, there's obviously, you know, women in the space who have a man back home or whatever, how it works, right? And so it's just the ethos. The idea is let's have a show
House spouse.
Sure, the house spouse of Web3. Thanks for being all inclusive there, Turbo. I appreciate that. Keeping us on the air. So the house spouse of Web3, and what it is basically interviews of, like, you know, people like my wife, people like Seven's wife, you know, your girl, your lady friend, your girlfriend, friend girl.
My friend girl. I do not have a girlfriend.
Right,
that's my friend girl.
Hold on. We cannot interview my wife yet.
No. That's the thing. Because it's got to be authentic. Because I promise you, it's going to be some funny shit. Like, that's the stuff people want to see. Because like our wives are going to be like, I don't know what they do. They talk to their friends all day and they play with this magic money, and I just can't touch it,
dude.
When I say, can you sell some? He says, not yet. It's not the right time in the market.
My wife says, "Are you getting scammed again today?" That's usually the situation. Like.
Yo, Seven, your wife still thinks that we're scamming her. We've been to your house multiple times.
I know, that's the crazy part. She's like, "What'd they take this time?" She's like, looking at I'm just joking.
Oh my goodness.
No, AP loves you guys, man. AP really, like, she really wants to, like, hang out. So, like, when Nashville happens and we can, like, take her to a, like, live show and shit, she's gonna, like, be mind blown that everybody that I talk to is real instead of just one person.
Yeah, I did talk to Violetta yesterday about doing like some music weekend stuff, bro.
Nice.
We'll go to Nashville, Atlanta, like back and forth. You know what I'm saying? Dude, start setting that shit up.
Let's go.
Let me know when that goes down.
Oh, absolutely. Because you're close, right? Where did you say you were from?
I'm from Louisville, Kentucky. You
Okay.
know what's going on.
Oh, that's right. Okay, because that's where the Beyonce show is, and that's why you're already going.
Hell yeah.
Okay, now it all makes sense.
You're going to you're going to Beyonce?
Nah, well, Turbo. So he's got some extras. Now it all depends on what happens. When is the show?
Monday.
Probably not. If the Ethereal had launched, or if it launches between now and Monday, we're getting a private jet and we're going. But I don't think that's going to happen. So
I have a previous engagement because I was invited to Monday Night Raw. That's what my friends like to do. They're crazy as hell, and I like watching freaking awesome. Like, you know, people watching is my favorite thing to do. So it's just going to be all out fun. I might do a space. We'll see.
You should. Are you going to go in costume?
Nah, I'm not that into it. I'm just going because my friends were like, "Hey, you guys want to go?" I was like, "Yeah, sure."
Where's it at? Is it at Allstate?
I don't know where it is. They're taking us. I'm gonna eat a couple edibles. I'm gonna fucking just get super crazy and you know, just have a good time.
Hell yeah, man.
Which kind of edibles, Seven?
Yeah.
Because if it's the other ones, don't. Because you get so grabby and touchy. Don't. It's not the place for that.
Telling the trade secrets.
We're in New York. This dude come across the whole doggone, like the whole building. He come across. I see him. He beelining to me. And just comes over and pokes me. I was like, bro, if you poke me one more time, dog, like I cannot take. You're my dog. I love you, man. We hug that stuff, but man, you keep poking me, bro, and it's over. So I wouldn't go with that one. So.
Yeah, but I want to get in the ring, dude. Like that's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna poke somebody and be like, "Come here for a second," try to fight me. That is what it is.
All right, go for it. You know what, you're absolutely right.
Just see him on like the pay-per-view or WWE stuff or whatever. Man, that would be hilarious. Grateful.
Guys, we're sorry we lost Seven. We lost Seven to the WWE. He's no longer grateful guys.
He got body slammed and thrown off the top rope.
Right? Oh, that would be so hilarious if you like see me get tossed off the top.
It's Monday Night Raw, brother.
Yeah, brother.
Dude, that sounds awesome, dude. Eat some space cakes and have fun. That sounds great. But and space cakes, for anybody that doesn't know, is a marijuana brownie or whatever you want to make it into with mushrooms and DMT.
Whoa! Whoa!
You can make them without DMT too. It's still technically a space cake. But
we call them orbital drops in Atlanta.
Oh, we have a term for them here. They're here.
Well, they're everywhere. They're everywhere, but wherever you want to make them. The mushroom /DMT things, they're called orbital drops.
So that's crazy. So it's funny you're talking about all this kind of stuff. We were sitting on the my wife, daughter, and I. We were sitting in the front room of our house this morning, drinking coffee, talking about the day like we normally do. We're trying to figure out, what are we going to do this weekend? You know, it's Friday. Obviously, go out for pizza. So I just searched like what's happening, around Atlanta this weekend. Fish is happening tonight in Alpharetta. So I was just like, oh, this used to be a huge part of my life. Now, is this like the environment that I want to bring my 1.5-year-old daughter to? I don't know. To the parking lot, maybe. Inside the show, probably not. We do have headphones, so if we did whatever, but I don't know. I just don't know if I'm ready to do this with the family.
Is it a park or is it inside?
It's at an amphitheater, so it's outside.
Is it outside?
Yeah.
Oh man, yo, I'm gonna say like Seven has this picture of his son on his shoulders at a concert, bro. It is amazing. Like I don't know which way you go, right? Like my son, it was Trippie Redd, and I didn't know. You know what I'm saying? I backed out of Trippie Redd. Fish, I feel like it might be more of a go. But like, bro, those like to see his poster with his son on his shoulders, like that shit. Like I'm like, damn, I missed that whole boat.
So I took my and in the picture, I think he was 8. He was really into Muse, and we listened to a lot of Silver Sun pickups when he was like in that. So he really wanted to go see them, and then Iron Maiden came, and I was like, I have to take my son to Iron Maiden because this is probably the last fucking time he'll ever have a chance to go. So that is where we took him to Iron Maiden. I think he was 9 or 8 or 9 on my shoulders. But dude, he's been to fucking every concert that you can name. We took him to Shaky Knees one year. My 2-year-old baby's been to 2 concerts already.
Yeah, you brought your 2-year-old. You're wilding. I get so nervous.
I have a 16-year-old and a 2-year-old, so I'm a crazy person. Like I got both sides of the spectrum at the same time.
I'm almost there.
Yo, what up, Tervek? What up, family?
Hey, how's it going? I wanted to come up here and had one thing, but then you started talking about concerts. And let me tell you, music with your kids is fucking phenomenal. Pardon the French, but we went, my daughter and I, who's turning 16 this year, last year we went and saw Machine Gun Kelly. We're both huge fans. And that concert experience, it changed our lives, man. I'm telling you. You build your family around whatever music you guys support, whatever you like, doesn't matter. That will build your family. It's some of the best experiences I've ever had was going to that damn concert, man.
Dude, the Black Keys was the fucking best show I've ever seen live. Ever.
Dude, I am right there with you. And my story about Black Keys was so dope. So it was one year we were living down in Austin, and my wife, she had a couple friends fly into town, and it was kind of a last minute thing. And so we tried to get tickets. We couldn't find any, but I found one like dirt cheap. So they all went back and I think went downtown Austin, hung out, and then went back to the house. And I went to ACL and ACL. And then Black Keys were the headliner that night. So just like most of us, like I will always find my way backstage. Since I was a kid, like that's just how it works. And so after the show, I'm wandering backstage, and there's a golf cart. And as I'm walking up to it, they come walking up and say, "Hey man, can you drive us over here?" So I said, "Yeah, fuck yeah, let's go, hop in." So I take the golf cart. Black Keys get in, and we are just cruising around the festival grounds, just like laughing, just drinking beers. Like, dude, it was a wild. I sent a picture to my wife, and she's like, "You're a fucking asshole. Like, how do you always make this stuff happen?" That's my Black Keys story, man. That was just a wild night.
Did you ever tell them that you wasn't like a worker?
No, not at all. You roll with it, and you act like you're supposed to be there.
Yeah, no. I mean, I didn't know. Like, I didn't know if it was like at the end of the night type thing, you know. And they're like, "Hey, thanks a lot." And you just look at them, and you're like, "I don't even work here." And you shake their hand and you leave.
Nope.
Never. You never.
I definitely would have left with the "I didn't even work here."
I mean, that's funny. Like that's like the mic drop moment. But no, like I just, we parted ways, and that was it, man. We partied for a little bit, and I went home.
Did you on his hand, the back of his hand?
No.
I would have.
But when I was up front for a Nelly concert, I got like 100 high fives, and so it was funny. It was like my cousin, my brother, everybody, and we all were like, we all had a lot of fun that night. And when everybody woke up the next morning, I was up first, and I had taken like a gallon plastic bag and put it around my hand and like taped it shut. And they're like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" I was like, "This is the Nelly hand. Like we're gonna make money off the Nelly hand." So that's about the weirdest like hand.
Yo, why is that?
Like that's a Zoolander
Why-
situation too. That's so fucking funny, Jay. Oh my god.
But why wasn't that an NFT project during the bull? That's what I'm upset about. Because I would have definitely had at least 100 Nelly hands in my wallet.
Could you imagine all of them have different like wrappings around the hand to keep it preserved?
Wait. This might be a blockchain proof of Nelly hand.
Proof of Nelly hand. I probably still have a picture. I probably have a picture somewhere.
It's an oracle.
Yeah, that's how he actually got here.
When
When Jay first met with Vitalik, he was like, "Tell me you have the Nelly hand." And Jay was like, "Of course." And he took it out of the bag, and then they shook, and then now here he is, Web3.
That's how it happened. That was the inception of Web3 right there. Let's go.
Piercing blind light from the handshake.
It's so weird.
the big bang of Web3.
That's
I'm
it.
crying.
Just with every high five that I got from Nelly at that concert was like solidifying new blockchains, new block stamps or whatever. And that's
just different exchange, different bridges to different chains. Dude.
That's it. Yeah, that's,
oh, we gotta write this down. We gotta write this. This is a comic, dude. This is hilarious.
Is it providing liquidity anywhere?
That's
No,
locked.
but you
It's
can
locked.
stake it.
Yeah, it's already locked. Yeah,
It's locked.
Yeah, it's time lock. It's like the Hex, man. It's on the Quattro Cinco. It's like a 15-year lock. If you ain't gonna see it, you ain't gonna see it for another 14 and a half.
I'm fucking dying. This is the best.
I do. By the way, I do have. That was one of the conditions of me getting the Hex when I did my interview with Nerd Girl. Is that I joined this Quattro Cinco club with it. So I do have Hex staked for.
Yeah.
I want to say it's probably 13 plus. When my daughter is like, I joked around saying it was going to be her college education, but I don't know if it's going to be what I want for her. So it's going to be my boat money. So I'm either going to get a inflatable dinghy or a yacht. We'll see what happens. It's not
Yo,
looking,
5 club, baby.
ain't looking good right now. I'll tell you what. Let's go.
No, it don't matter until that T-shirt start printing and it starts bouncing.
That's true. And there's a lot of time for that. So I mean, 15 years. I mean, it literally is like 13 some years left in this lockup. Which I don't know. Like, what are you guys gonna do? Like, if you had to lock something up for 15 years, how in the hell do you remember that? Or if, like, say I die in like the next 13 years, like there has to be instructions, like for someone to like go retrieve this Hex, right? Unstake it.
All my 15-year ladders have seed phrases written in a little. I shouldn't tell anybody this.
Yeah,
They're written somewhere hidden. They're hidden somewhere, and if I die, they will be passed down to my family.
There you go. There you go. Succession
Yeah,
plan.
I have a notepad that has all of my keys on it. That it literally is in the most secret place on the planet. And if anything happens to me, somebody will find it because I have like a whole series of things that happen if I do, die.
While I love everyone's transparency here, I want to get some hands because there is no reason for you guys to be telling kind of like your little secrets of where your seed phrases are, just in case. Justin, you never know. You never know who's listening. You never know what you're going to end up doing.
Treasure hunters.
Yeah. We talked about that yesterday. Treasure hunters. The treasure hunters. They're going to come looking after wallets. So let's get to well, let's go Grateful and then KT.
Yo, I am coming for all y'all treasure. So throwing that out there. But yeah, man, your kids at concerts. That shit is awesome. If you're gonna be going wild with stuff like Fish though and everything, I'm a huge Dead fan. So Dead and Company just finished. Well, they're finishing their last tour right now, and unfortunately, I missed that because of my car wreck. I was supposed to go to Boulder and the Gorge after that, but yeah, man, just keep your kids away from everybody that looks like they're crawling out of dumpsters.
The Wookiees.
Yeah, I mean, Shakedown Street gets wild. So, your daughter is young. She is going to want the balloons. The Nitrous Mafia is going to be out there full force. Keep her away from the balloon.
Yeah, when the Nitrous Mafia shows up is when we leave town, because she will be like that's her favorite thing on the planet, especially like if we're at a street fair or festival, whatever, and they do have balloons, like immediately that's what we have to do is go get a balloon. So knowing that or I get her some balloons and I tie the shit out of it, and then when she goes to bed, the balloon pop.
Yeah,
Oh, sorry,
you're just
honey.
gonna be sucking down all her balloons, and then she's just gonna be crying like, "Well, why do you keep sucking down all my balloons?"
You sound funny, Dad. You sound funny. I don't know.
But yeah, she doesn't need to learn what huffing is yet. But I think that was an awesome idea earlier, man. I just wanted to touch on it, like if you did like a show, the wives of of Web3 or whatever you were talking about doing with all that. That would be awesome. I would have to go late to work or something that day, but I could manage that because if I had my wife on here, it would be hilarious. I'm sure with some other people because I'm in like the same boat as it. I think it was 7. My wife is always just like in her eyes, she's like you think you're so smart, but you're a dumbass. Like, when are we gonna have a bunch of money? Like, you keep telling me it's not the right time to sell. Like, and I'll talk to her about projects and stuff, and she's literally just like, I have no idea what you're saying. I don't care. Like, stop talking to me about it.
That's why the what do we call it? The house spouse of Web3. That would be a hit. Like, it would be, we think it would be a drama, but it would end up being a comedy because of just how ridiculous we are and what our spouses think of us.
I think there would be a lot of good banter for sure.
100%.
You should just frame it like the Husbands of Hollywood, because that show is hilarious.
Bro, that would. I wish they still had the guys that were hiding in the closets though during the bull. You'd be on the space, they'd be hiding in the closet. Yeah, so I wanted to tell everybody, man, make sure you go out. I love y'all so much. Try to pump it up. And they're hiding. They're like, where are you? They're like, oh man, I'm in the closet. Like, bro, get out of there. Like, my wife catches me again. She said she's gonna give me a divorce. Like, it was crazy. Yo, KT.
So with the concert stuff, I had a question for you guys, and this is you guys and whoever else. I usually put concerts into 2 different categories. One is my experience, like how much fun I had, and then the quality of the show, like how awesome was the show itself. My favorite show from the experience was Dropkick Murphys. I got up on stage, I had a hot mic during the encore, so somebody got a picture of me up there singing with the band. Freaking ridiculously awesome. The best performance show, clearly Motley Crue. And I'm just curious what you guys had. Your favorite one that you had the best time at, and the one that had the best actual show.
Well, for life experience purposes, when I was in junior high, I went to a Metallica concert, and that was the cover your ears if you're sheepish. That was the first place that I ever saw boobs in real life. Changed my life. So life experience, Metallica, junior high, 100%. Best show?
Yeah.
I think it was probably Black Keys. I've been to, she's been so many. What I think I'm really looking forward to see is the Weeknd in concert. I want to see that concert. I think that could be a banger.
Front row on that.
Yeah.
I would probably say 21 Pilots because I had never heard their music before I heard them in concert. Their concert is nothing like their actual like recorded music, but the dude climbed all the way on top of the stage at the very top, and he was like singing up there, no harness, no nothing, man. It was amazing.
Mine was Static X, because that dude in his hair was just rocking. It was nuts. And I saw Static X more times than anyone should. But then I think the most iconic is Linkin Park, because obviously you can't see that anymore.
Mm-hmm. That's true. We'll go B-Skeet, and then Terv, and then 7.
I went to see Metallica with Suicidal Tendencies and Jane's Addiction.
Ooh.
No, not Jane's Addiction. Alice in Chains.
Oh.
And Alice in Chains
so cool.
got so high that they weren't able to play, and Metallica came out and made fun of them and started playing Alice in Chains songs. But They played the longest set I've ever been at in my entire life. I think it was like 5.5 or 6 hours.
Oh, wow.
They played to the point where I thought they were doing their encore. And they were like, you guys tired? Because we're just getting warmed up. And then they rolled into the entire album of Kill 'Em All. Like literally as a big melange, like medley. Like it was the most amazing show. And like they're in spandex, which I wasn't expecting because they're Metallica. But the workout they did to play that entire time, hardcore pedal to the metal, was the most amazing thing I've ever seen.
In women's pants.
In tight women's pants.
And that's where Turbo gets his motivation and his look from. Turbo, what you got for us?
Oh goodness. No, it's the NGK concert. I don't go to a lot of concerts, but that one, he had 100-foot inflatable quote unquote internet. He had a helicopter that he hung from at the beginning of the show that took him the entire length of the stadium. And the no harness thing, the dude is fearless. It was just an immense light show, and just it was awesome the whole time. He had a whole thing, but doesn't compare to some of these old school rockers though. Those are some stories.
He hung from a helicopter with no harness.
Yeah, so for his show, he had this this track that they built into the stadium. So we're in a basketball court, right? So lengthwise. And he has this track that winds around, and he's got this gigantic helicopter. It looks like not an Apache, but the carrier one from the military. It's actually about the size of a car, and it hung from the track. And then from that, it had one of those rope ladders that at the beginning of the show, the helicopter came to the opposite end. He jumped on, started his show hanging from the rope ladder with the first song, and then dropped off on stage. So it was a trip.
Dude, that's actually pretty dope. I didn't know that he would do that. I like that. 7.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say I have video of it, but it's so long. I had a great view, but yeah, it's awesome. Sorry to interrupt.
No, you didn't. No, that's great. Man, I've never been in a helicopter. I know that's something I would like to do at some point, but it's got to be cool. Like I feel like going to Hawaii is where I would want to be in a helicopter to kind of get some beautiful scenery. That's the only reason why I never I can't even speak right now. I never went skydiving when I was growing up younger, living in like Illinois, because like that seems like an extremely boring place to jump out of a plane and to look down. Didn't want to see cornfields. Wanted to see cool stuff. So let's go 7, and then I have to go.
I did the helicopter ride at the Vegas Strip, dude, and it's fantastic. You should do it there. The best show I ever saw was Seven Dust, because they fucking destroy. But the biggest show I ever went to was Lamb of God, and the Circle Pit was bigger than the actual fucking place where they were playing. But Guar by far takes the cake because of how fucking entertaining the show is. It is so unbelievably funny and ridiculous the entire time that you don't even pay attention to the music because of all the shit that's happening on stage.
One thing I'm learning about at least the people on stage today is we got a lot of metalheads. A lot of metalheads in the crew, which
I was 10 years in a metal band, dude. Like yeah. I saw a lot of shit, but like Guar takes the cake because of how crazy they are.
Nice. And if you go.
This is one of my favorite conversations. I'm obsessed with music. I've been to like at least 1,000 concerts, but to make it short, there's my favorite. I went to this concert in like 2001 or 2002 that had Moby, Newfound Glory, Bad Religion, Incubus, POD, and System of a Down. And I went there for Bad Religion because I'm a massive.
Whoa.
And so, there's a lot of surprise acts. Like I had no idea that I loved Moby. To me, I wasn't into pop music at the time. I was like a punk elitist, and he blew me out of the water. And then during Bad Religion's set, the power went out, and the whole crowd of like 30,000 people all started singing together in unison to complete the song that they were singing, which was just like almost brought me to tears. And then System of a Down absolutely blew everyone out of the water. So you're at this concert and you're seeing all these high level acts. You're being blown away and blown away and blown away. And then System of a Down comes on last and makes everybody just look like amateurs. Their show live was absolutely life-changing. It was incredible. If you guys ever get a chance to see them, you need to do it. I've seen Metallica, I've seen Slayer,
I've seen Incubus,
I've seen everybody, and you guys gotta see System of a Down. They're nuts
Dude,
live.
when their first album came out, I got to see them, and I didn't even know who they were. They were just playing a random shitty like venue in Atlanta, and we walk in, and like they're all like, you know, I don't remember where they're from, but they're all
They're Armenian.
Yeah, they're Armenian. So they literally are, and they literally are like they're so different. Just the way they talk to each other, the way they act towards each other, just like just before their set and shit was so weird to see because they yell at each other like they're face to face with each other and they're screaming at the top of their lungs like, we're gonna fucking play this shit. And it's just like, dude, what the fuck is going on? And then they played and everybody was fucking blown the fuck away because nobody had that kind of sound yet. And they were like, I still listen to them to this day.
It's Pizza Friday. We are all hopefully smelling pizza later today. I know I will be. Grateful. We're just gonna sometimes we'll take a little pizza song break in between hands. Can't have any problems with that. It's pizza day. What you got for us, Grateful?
Gotta love pizza, man. Gotta love Fridays. Gotta love Web3 Breakfast. Yeah, dude, I'm kind of like NFT Go. I have been to a lot of shows. That's like a big part of me and my wife's life. It's kind of taken a backseat for some years since we've started having kids, but and I dabble through a lot of different kinds of music. Like I mean, I'm really, you know, The Dead and like Widespread Panic and Yonder Mountain String Band and stuff like that is my go-to now, but I used to really be into metal. I actually started playing bass when I was like 10, pretty much because of the bassist in Tool, just because I wanted to play their songs. But I saw Tool this about a year ago. That was a great show, but and I don't know how many times I've seen Widespread Panic, probably over like 25 times, and they're just incredible. Like, you want to go to a show where you're just going to have your face melted, like Widespread Panic is the place to be. But for memories, yeah, I know you probably know all about Widespread with your fish history and everything.
Yes, sir.
But for memories, like I made it to fairly well in 2015 at Soldier Field in Chicago, which was like, that was the last stadium that the Dead ever played at before Jerry died. And everybody in the Dead has their side projects and they've been touring the whole time, but they actually never all played a show together until 2015 since he died. And it was insane. Like, I think that stadium holds like 75,000 people, and I think they're saying that they thought there was about 180,000 people in the stadium because it's like the entire stadium packed, the whole entire field, like from the stage to the back packed. Like every single stairwell that goes down to the seating was packed. The whole concessions area around the stadium was packed. Like you couldn't even walk in there. But one of my friends actually, and tickets were gone for the whole thing. And like it was over the 4th of July, so it was really fun. But they were gone in like 2 seconds. And I had a buddy call me. He's like, "Dude, you have to come down here. Like literally, Chicago is just all looks everywhere. Like you have to make it down here." So I like am talking to my roommate. We missed the first night. I'm like, "Dude, we have to go." And he's like, "What do you mean, man? We're not gonna make it in there. You know how many people are there?" Like, and he's like, "And I have no money." And I'm like, "Dude," it's like I literally just spent all my money on beer. Like that's all I have. And I'm like, it was literally 2 a.m. and I'm like watching all this shit from the night before. I'm like, "Dude, if you drive, I got you on money. We're only gonna be there a few days. Don't worry about it. Get your shit. We're leaving right now." I'm like, this is the only time we're ever gonna like. It was only a total of 5 shows, So there's 2 shows in California, and then there was 3 shows in Chicago, and that was the end of it. And then Dead and Company came later. But I'm like, let's go. So we left at like 3 a.m, got to Chicago. A bunch of people that were security guards at the doors were getting paid off. So this kid is actually like, dude, go to gate 7. Just go hang out by gate 7. And so we went over there. It was like 5 hours before the show started, and the doors at Soldiers Field are huge. Like they're probably like 12 feet doors, and they're heavy, and they take a minute to pull shut. And the security guard, like, he's popping his head out there, and then like 5 people like hand him money real quick, and he lets him in, and out of nowhere, like the whole door just got bum rushed, and all these wooks just tear the door open, and like 30 people start making it in, and my buddy Billy that I went with was in front of me, and he made it in, and the guy is literally trying to pull the door shut like on my body, like I'm about to get squeezed in between this giant door and get crushed. And I made it in, shoved some money in this dude's pocket, gave him a huge hug. And then the next night I just acted like I was already in there, and I just kind of like danced through some guards straight into the show. But that was an amazing experience, man. And when I was there, I mean, typically I kind of like to get a little wild at shows like that and stuff. And I didn't have kids at the time back then, so I am a very responsible parent. Like my Lucy days and all that stuff are far in the rear view since I've had kids. But we went to that show, and I was like, you know what, man? I'm going to have some beers. We can smoke some joints, but I'm not getting crazy. I was like, I'm going to remember this shit forever. So I wasn't a Spunion there. Like, I didn't get crazy or anything, and it was a really good time. And just part of the memory was like, I went down there solely with my buddy Billy, and he actually passed away last year on a fentanyl overdose.
Oh shit! Sorry,
so yeah, it's rough, but I mean, stuff like that sticks with you for so. It was a great show.
Hell yeah, man! Hell yeah! The I actually I know a lot about that. I actually had a buddy that went to that. But you were talking about Tool a second ago, and I was thinking, we got to look this up. Is Tool on tour? Because that is another show. I know that I had seen him. So back in Chicago, Q101 was the radio station, and they used to do like summer concert series, all that stuff. And so I've definitely seen Tool at some point when I was younger. But I'd love to go back. And so they're actually the Highland and K-Lou. Right in your neck of the woods, the Highland Festival at the Kentucky Expo there in Louisville is September 21st through the 24th, and Tool is playing Friday night with Godsmack, Limp Bizkit, and Megadeth.
What? Yes, where? Please.
In Louisville.
So Web3 Breakfast.
So like the night before, listen to this. On Thursday night, it's Foo Fighters, Weezer, Rancid, 311, and then a jillion other artists, right? And then on Friday, it's Tool, Godsmack, Limp Bizkit, Megadeth, and a jillion other artists. Corey Taylor. And then on Saturday, it's Avenged Sevenfold, Pantera, Falling in Reverse, and then a shillion others.
Oh my God,
Sunday,
that's good.
Green Day, Queens of the Stone Age, Run the Jewels, and a shitload of more things. Like this, we might have to do like a Web3 Breakfast Louisville
We're
party.
going.
Avenged Sevenfold is my shit, dude. I grew up on all that. Tool brought me into drums. That and Deftones. Deftone drums and Tool drums are like the fucking best.
Yeah. Whatever happened to Monster Magnet?
Ooh, I don't know.
Yeah,
hey, listen, in the spirit of our conversation.
Wake up. I just said the better way to speak up. Why do you leave the kingdom on the table? You wanted to. You wanted to. I discussed a better way to speak up. You wanted to. Why do you leave the kingdom on the table? You wanted to.
You're still having audio issues.
Yeah.
With your music.
What? No.
We got the gist. Yeah, we got the gist. Everybody's like,
it was like being there.
Like a lo-fi.
But we had a lot of cotton in our ears, and so
gotta figure
cotton
out.
balls, so we couldn't really hear.
I'm gonna listen back and hear what it is later and figure out why it's doing that.
All right. Nessie.
Sounds crazy. But
we got a hand. Nessie.
It is workout.
What do you mean it's workout? It's 11:43.
Come on,
we missed it. We missed it.
I know.
We missed it.
No, there's no missing.
You missed it.
Well, can I play the workout song?
Nope. You missed it.
I can just play the song?
Nope.
But this is kind of like it all kind of goes together. Now you're gonna ruin the whole moment.
Well, we
All
missed
right,
it
Nessie,
13
go ahead.
minutes ago.
Let him run the song.
All right. Let's get a workout in. What's wrong with me? I can't. It's the third and final workout of Friday, guys. We got to make sure that we keep each other. No, why would you do that?
Why would you do that? He said yes to the workout. Now he's gonna say let's do sit-ups. He hates sit-ups.
Do the thing you hate the most.
Yes.
Do the things you hate the most, and you'll have the things you want the most.
Fine. But I'm gonna do sit-ups where I put my
Let's
legs
go,
up.
baby.
I'm gonna put my legs up on the chair. I'm gonna do easy sit-ups.
Yeah. Hell yeah. And this is that jam right here. Yo, get into that vibe. Hey, if you guys haven't checked out Nessie's his tracks on OpenSea, guys, make sure you swing over there. And let's get to it. Let's go.
3 a.m. off the steps, what you know about? I know all about. I know all about. 3 a.m. off the steps, what you know about? I know all about. I know all about that. 3 a.m. off the steps, tell me what you know about them. They don't ever see the ground, but I've been going since a kid. In the club, underage, shut it down up on the stage. Run that shit, no government, I knew my gift was gonna pay. Where we at? What we do? Feeling like a smart guy going stupid. State to state through campus movements. Poppin' in your camping deuces. Call me Eminem. Oh, that's just the way I am. Skating down in LBC, don't even feel the baby man. Campus say they scaling up, but they can't even wear a gram. Talking glory, I got stories, but I just don't say them, man. Thoughts are starting to get in. I can't even escape them, man. Swear they all just playing games. Tell them hoes just say them, man. 3 a.m. off the stage, what you know about? I know all about. I know all about. 3 a.m. off the steps, what you know about? I know all about. I know all about that. 3 a.m. off the steps, what you know about? I know all
Jam.
about.
Let's gotta break it down in 3, 2, 10. Yes. Yeah, I love that song, bro.
Dude, I can't
Like,
wait for next
getting
week.
in, you know what I mean?
Next week, we're doing the listening party.
I know.
The 19th. You guys better make sure that you tap in for that, because we are going to listen to the album. We're going to talk to Nessie throughout the whole thing. It's going to be the first time anyone's heard it from front to back. I'm pumped, dude. I appreciate you being here. I appreciate you doing that with us, Nessie. What's up, fam?
Oh, all love, man. All love. Shout out to everybody in the building. GM. I hope you got that Friday pizza cooking, you know what I'm saying? Because it is Friday. It's pizza, it's Web3 music, and a community connection. So I'm not going to lie. I only have one story of me going to a metal concert. And honestly, I might be wrong because it might not be metal. I'm not sure which genre it was. But it was 2016 when I actually got invited to the Slipknot concert with Marilyn Manson and Mice of Men.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
That's a
My
lineup.
friend knew the drummer Chris Payne and shit. So we got oh shit, can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, bet. So yeah, he know the drummer Chris Payne. So we got to go and like sit underneath the pavilion and shit. It was like one of those outside concerts at DTE. And then afterwards we got to go on the tour bus with Chris Payne and like we got to freestyle for him and shit. And it was crazy because man, it was wild. He was supposed to get us signed to Atlantic, but then a whole bunch of shit happened. So yeah, that's the one metal concert I have. And it was hilarious because I'm not gonna lie, if you guys haven't seen Marilyn Manson, I highly suggest you do because bro was fooling. I swear every song he would just drop the mic and then some simp would just come out and pick it up, put it back on the stand, and then he would just come back out and do the same thing. And I swear he lit like 2 Bibles on fire. Like it was wild, bro.
Damn. That's you know what? I love that you came up and your metal story that was actually like those are some pretty big names for metal, man. So I love that story. I think that's hilarious. I don't think that I've seen Marilyn Manson in concert. I may have because like again, like it would be every major band that was popular would come through those Q101 shows in the summer. So like, or you know, you'd go to the Rosemont. That was always the coolest thing about going to a show, whether it was in junior high or high school, is like the next day you wore the shirt that you got at the concert. It still smelled like cigarettes and weed and probably beer. But you wore that shit to school anyway to tell everybody I was at that fucking show last night. And everybody else would be like, yo, how cool was that? Let's go. Actually, I don't think people said let's go back then. That's a new thing.
Yeah, they probably were saying far out.
Shut up, Nessie. I'm not that old, man. Come on.
I would go to school
They're like,
the next day
dang.
with fucking X's on my hands because I wasn't 21 yet.
In the Bronx, that was butter. That was butter. It didn't last very long. But it had its moment.
You know,
Butter was definitely still in Detroit too. I was about to say Butter lasted until the 2000s in Detroit, hands down.
Oh yeah, no, in the Bronx it lasted like 2 seconds, bro. I just remember one day everybody was saying butter, and then one day everybody wasn't.
But what about Whoop There It Is?
Oh yeah, dude.
Do we think that there's? Can we bring that back?
I love it.
Can we
NFT series.
please bring that back?
NFT series. Let's do it.
You know what it's for? You know what it's for?
Whoop, there it is.
Said it? You know why they used to say that?
So you could be like, "Whoop, there it is."
No. Do you know what where the expression comes from? No. Oh, geez.
Well, I mean, I would have said yes and told you if I did.
I'm sorry. Okay, so I'm not trying to embarrass you, dude. But Whoop, there it is.
Well, no, you're just taking a long time to get there.
Well, I'm cooking lunch for my wife. So
Let him cook.
Listen, I know where it's from. It's from back in the day when girls used to go to the club. They would bend over, and you would see their either underwear or their, and they would say, "Whoop, there it is." It's documented in a documentary. I thought it was the funniest thing. That's why they made it the song. That's why they put it in the song like that, because they would literally get girls to bend over and they would say, "Whoop, there it is."
Yeah.
That's the only thing.
Or man, look at that. Often used to recognize fine pieces of ass or booty. Yep, it's
the old dude donkey. The old dude.
When it's that good and it makes you say "Whoop, there it is," like, bro, that's how you know that thing came around. Like, that's like saying "golly" or "I'm wet" in the studio. You know what I mean? Like, it happens. You're like, "Oh, whoop, there it is."
Whoa,
whoop, there it is.
You just fucking slipped that in there like that. I knew it was gonna come somewhere, but Jesus, no.
Me and my cousin used to just like watch shorties roll by and be like, "The old dude donkey, the old dude." Just like some Englishmen having some like bangers and mash, and just like the old dude donkey.
Oh, you got Friday shows, man.
Sorry, women.
Sorry, we're just a bunch of dudes up here being bozos.
Shout out to the goddesses.
Oh,
yeah, y'all run the world.
You know that
you know it.
Behind every I don't know what you say there. What's this? Behind every like great man is a better
every
woman.
Whoop, there it is a better woman.
Yeah,
well,
exactly.
Okay.
Behind every degenerate, there is an angel making sure.
Thank you.
that degenerate is sane.
Yes, please.
I got a question.
Save us, Kalu, please.
Is this what they consider locker room talk?
No, God, no. This is like PG locker room talk. PG.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, it gets worse.
Yeah, I don't even go into locker rooms anymore because of the talk.
Yeah, I canceled my gym membership because of the talk.
I don't even shower anymore because of it.
Yo, it's a lot of ranked balls up here, dude. What's going on?
Well, I don't.
I like how you just jumped right in the mix.
Don't wash your balls after y'all get done lifting shit.
And that's a 1-for-1, everybody.
Yeah, probably just a 1-for-1 situation. Because the body will clean itself. Like it will.
Who the fuck told you that, Turbo?
Yeah.
Who the fuck told you that?
No.
Bro, where's the eye emojis?
No.
Where's the eye emojis?
We're just. The answer is no. No.
Yeah, I need to take a shower after you saying that.
You know what? You know what? It has been a long week. Mr. Belding is going to let class out 8 minutes early because I've got to go take a shower myself. I feel filthy, and I know that you guys are all filthy too. Golly, have yourself a beautiful weekend, family. I love you guys so much. We'll be back on Monday for more Web3 Breakfast. We got to get out of here before we get this place shut down. Do something cool this weekend. Get outside, touch some grass, smoke some grass, whatever you got to do. Just get away from your screen for a little bit. And we'll see you guys on Monday.
Stay out of the locker room.
I'm going to take a shower.
What a way to end this show.
No sex in the champagne room.